Hello and welcome to Top Story. A huge sigh of relief in Colombia and France on Wednesday night as news broke that the Colombian armed forces had rescued Franco-Colombian politician Ingrid Betancourt. Betancourt had been held for more than 6 years by the rebel FARC group and is thought to be suffering from serious liver problems, although she appeared strong and healthy at her press conference. She was FARC's highest profile hostage, and French President Nicolas Sarkozy had made securing her release one of his government's priorities. Her son Lorenzo described her release as the most beautiful day of his life. The Colombian authorities said they had freed 15 hostages, among them 3 US Defense Department contract workers captured when their aircraft crashed in the jungle 5 years ago. The FARC group has been fighting against the Colombian government for more than 40 years, but now appears greatly weakened as a military threat. Its talismanic leader, Manuel Marulanda, died in May this year, just months after the loss of 2 other members of the FARC's 7-man ruling secretariat. Well, joining me now to discuss the release of Ingrid Betancourt is Pascal Drouot, who's the author of a book on the FARC. Thanks very much for being on the programme. It's an astonishing rescue operation, this one, incredibly well carried out by the sounds of it.
Yes, well, that's an operation done by the intelligence, Colombian intelligence, and it succeeded. That's a wonderful result.
But it must have taken incredible planning as well.
Yes, but you know, in fact, today the FARC have a danger, the danger of disintegration, and this operation showed us that the members of the FARC can believe some informations who could be very unbelievable, but they believed that those hostages will go to everywhere where they could meet Alfonso Cano.
Well, it does suggest that the Colombian armed forces have infiltrated into the leadership of FARC.
Definitely, but in fact the Colombian forces have infiltrated the FARC since many times, since many months, and of course we can see those results through the death of Manuel Marulanda, Raúl Reyes, the former spokesman of the FARC, died in March. Ivan Rios,
killed by his own bodyguard.
Absolutely, it is the proof that the FARC are today infiltrated, and this work of intelligence is very important, and today the FARC are in danger.
Before we get on to talking about the FARC, I'd just like to ask you what this means for Alvaro Uribe, because he must feel enormously vindicated by this operation.
That's very simple. It is a huge victory for Alvaro Uribe. That's very simple. That here you have the fact, no dead people, and Alvaro Uribe gave an order. The order has been executed, and as Ingrid Betancourt told yesterday when she was freed, it was a perfect operation. It is a huge victory for
his
Alvaro.
Popularity, I imagine, is going to soar as a consequence
Yes,
of this.
and this operation is arriving at the key moment, political moment for the Colombian president, because you know that since a few days it is a conflict between the president and the Supreme Court in Colombia about the possibility or not to run again for a new presidential term unless the popularity of the president of Colombia. I think really that with this victory and the high level of popularity, President Uribe today has open ways.
And what about Hugo Chavez? Because he wasn't involved in this at all, though he was involved in former attempts to rescue hostages inside Colombia. Is his star on the wane, do you think, in Latin America?
Well, you know, in fact, the problem of the hostage in Colombia is a long river. And this river is not calm, as we could see. Hugo Chavez had a paper in this last event to try to obtain this result. Today, the release of the hostage is absolutely Colombian, but of course Hugo Chavez has a role in the region. He's a president of Venezuela. He has influence in Latin America, and so he's playing his own game. But today we can see that the release of the hostage is 100% Colombian.
But does it mean that the star of Uribe is rising and the star of Chavez is going down?
Politically, definitely Alvaro Uribe won a set.
What about FARC, though? Because they've been going from setback to setback in recent months. Are they finished, though, as a fighting force?
Well, we have to be very aware. The FARC are still alive. FARC are still armed and operational. But the FARC are in danger. Since many months, they are losing huge personalities. Manuel Marulanda was the historical leader. He was a symbol. Raúl Reyes was in charge of negotiation with the International Front. Ivan Rios was one of the youngest members of the Secretariat of the FARC. I mean, the FARC are living today a very bad moment since many months because Alvaro Uribe is making the policy on which one he has been elected in 2002, re-elected in 2006. I mean, the democratic security give to the army the means to fight with results, if I can speak like this, against the FARC.
And do you think the FARC are ready now to sue for peace?
I think that it is earlier for that, but I really think that the way is opening now to enter in a real process of peace, and this process could be, as in other countries in the world, I'm thinking of course in El Salvador in the 90s, but also in South Africa, where they could be integrated in the social civil life.
Okay, and that, I'm afraid, is where we're going to have to end it. That's all we have time for today. Thanks to our guest, Pascal Drouot. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of Top Story. Goodbye.